Maybe
this
not
is
even
a big one
recently.
for On in particular. A champion he's really preferred a lot over the course of this split. And I mean, the identity for both of these teams is clear. If one can get an advantage himself, he's had a bit of trouble over the past couple of splits at generating that lead, but bot lane is the focus here. Shout out here.
That's going to be the instant flash from 1xN, but Feather just gets caught out. Perukia with a beautiful flash, get the headbutt back, and Feather will die to some Alcove Gaming, even denied that, as Xiaohao gets first blood for EDG. They will be able to take that first objective, so it's a really good rebuttal from TT.
Yeah, very smart answer, and honestly, a very quick decision from ThunderTalk. You have a very small window to make. They're going to be back on the top side here. They actually will be sending 1xN down. Hoya could be in a little bit of trouble.
All right, Hoya going to get headbutt back. Perukia, that leading man, the shot calling extraordinaire from EDG, decides to make the shot focus on Hoya. The flashes come out and the pillar gets saved, but Hoya is going to make it out with that shield. Might be able to turn it around. Xiaohao might die. He is not going to go down. The smite comes through, but he is able to heal through that, and he is still okay. EDG try to make a play on top.
Huge win for ThunderTalk. Not only do they get the dragon for free, they get these 3 grubs for free as well, and they control a lot of the opening part of this rift.
And that's 2 plays in a row where EDG try to make a play or make a play right ahead of the objective spawn. TT lose that fight, but then they go for the lack of pressure, the vacuum that exists afterward. Now, unfortunately, 1xN is getting top laned, and that is a little bit of a top lane diff. ZDZ takes him down in a solo bolo.
There, still overall an okay, map state for them, but the gold lead back in favor of EDG, and I think specifically getting that Cassante back in the game is big. So we see a bit of a trade, but it's just going to be...
Perukia's got mad cow disease. I don't know. He's out there running amok in the herd, and unfortunately, he does fall. Satab will put him down. And we'll end up seeing not from EDG as ZDZ comes across, but now they will have to find somebody to answer that bot side because nobody can really answer right now. Nobody has TP. So they're just going to lose the dragon, or at least they're going to take the dragon, but they will end up losing a little bit of waves bot side unless Xiaohao can come down here and clear this out.
Yeah, it should overall just be a big win for EDG. They do burn the teleport on the top side. No way Hoya's in danger.
No way he dies here. Oh, he has flash. He's going to wait till the pillar comes out, but he hasn't used it yet. Now he will at the same time, but it doesn't matter. On guns him down at EDG. They find 3 kills. That's feats of warfare completed. As when they try to take Satab, he does fade over to the Rift Herald take, and they should be able to take this. Oh, blast cone over. Xiaohao's in the fight. Oh my god, what a Chad. He still has flash. He's looking to get out. No, he wants to flash out, but he dies in the clutches of TT, and that'll be TT claiming the Rift Herald. Forward step with the dragon stacking while TT answer with a Rift Herald play in mid.
It's a nice answer here from ThunderTalk. You grab that mid tower basically for free with the dragon being taken. You're okay giving over second Drake. It's not the end of the world to sacrifice that. We'll see if Aki can earn his driver's license here.
But the play is still there from TT. They're still collapsing here. They're between a rock and a hard place, but they've got 1xN coming down as well. EDG realized TT have overextended. They should not be in this sector. And 1xN trying to get some help over the wall, but Feather just gets blown apart. On takes him down. EDG as we get set up. EDG already starting it up. Already a quarter health down. TT a little split on the way they want to enter this fight. That control ward actually going to buy a lot of space for TT, and TT just go all in onto ZDZ, but ZDZ goes all out and gets away. Now TT, their lines are a bit broken. Mon comes over to help out. Perukia going to run away with these cinders on the ground, speeding the cow up, but the dragon has been the focus of TT the entire time after EDG fell off of it, and that'll be second dragon for them. Perukia is kind of this frontliner. Xiaohao, ZDZ following up. ZDZ always looking for these flanks, but you have to remember, TT want to play it front to back now. They want 1xN to just be free firing all over these kind of tanky members, and now the trade is trying to come through, but they don't do it nearly fast enough.
One gigantic error. As much as we are talking about ThunderTalk being in a good spot, this game still is relatively on a knife's edge as Angel ends up taking that top lane tier 1, opening up a bit more for Edward Gaming, getting a bit more gold in their pocket.
The more likely scenario is EDG being the team to be able to burn it down, just with the kind of ump factor that On has, but specifically Angel. I think it's always been a key factor of the Azir of how quickly he can deal damage to that Baron once he hits those 3 items, which he's very close to.
He will have that stasis available for any large fight that might break out that does give him more credence to be able to make some big plays with those Shreem and shuffles on the Azir. I think that it's definitely the player to watch for EDG if EDG want to try and contest, but there's no way with the health bar being gone on the Corki. This is a free soul point for ThunderTalk, and while the fight looked very questionable at the start in terms of Aki and Satab's positioning, as it turns out, the Smolder is eventually going to be able to do enough damage, and it's... Right now, EDG needs to make sure that they do not give over free vision across the entire map. It's difficult, but Rukia looking...
Rukia decides he wants to go in. Oh my god, that
Teleporting
one Q coming through does so much damage from 1xN. Feather getting away now. 1xN caught out. Now ZDZ goes for the all-out back to the team. 1xN still alive, still kicking. The dragon lives. And now TT move in to execute. They move in to punish EDG. This fight going the way of TT, but Angel can't find the Shrima shuffle. He misses it. And now Perukia is going low, gets the knock-up on, still pumping, on, still rocketing away. He finds one back as well, but blows up at the end of the burn from Hoya, and 1xN has TP back to the fight. Big fight win from TT, back and forth along the yard.
Coming up very clutch on the Rumble, but we talked about it. 1xN Smolder is pumping out so much damage in these fights. Even if he is the target, it takes so much to be able to get on the back line.
For TT.
Once again,
Perukia going for the same play. No, this time everything was ready for it. You can't fool the dragon twice. And EDG are falling apart for the first time, it feels like, in this split. And TT are going to move over to the Baron.
Oh, the signature aggression that Perukia has brought to EDG. It's been a blessing all split long. It's a curse right now for the team, as this is a Baron for ThunderTalk. It's a big fight win, and if we thought the game was close, it has completely opened up in favor of ThunderTalk moving forward. Minute 30.
He is cut off from the team, but he does have a flank if he wants to.
This is a very interesting setup here for EDG. They have to be so careful. If one member gets caught out, the game is over.
Perukia tries to go in. Perukia misses his engage and flies off the handle. Now EDG, they're licking their wounds. They got to try to find an exit, but there is no exit from here. The all-out goes in, but he will not be able to find his exit either. And Aki and 1xN, they turn to the dragon. They turn to the Infernal Soul, and they turn to what is potentially one of the biggest upsets of Group Nirvana.
A wide engage from the Alistair opens the door for ThunderTalk to be able to slam it shut in the face of EDG. It's a huge win for ThunderTalk. We'll see they're pushing down the base now. Death timers 20 seconds for Xiaohao, 30 seconds on ZDZ. They at the very least will be able to open this base up, but it looks like they want a lot more than that.
He's almost dead. Okay, they end up catching it. This is it. This is all she wrote. EDG have fallen. No longer is there an undefeated game score for any team in the LPL. And TT have done what miracles are made of. They take down EDG in game number 1 of this best of 3.
They are going to have quite a bit of scaling and damage on their end, and it's really just about if EDG can survive that early onslaught.
I feel like Poppy's Thanos in this game. There's just so many dodges or dives. And
down on the bot side here. I would be surprised if it plays May, but here we go.
Okay, they're going to get set up here. The preemptive engage, the handshake already going to be out. Xiaohao decides to go for a fight onto Aki, but Aki has so much current. Perukia just goes in on a 1xN. That was not the play. Now 1xN getting low, Feather getting low as well. The bailout's not even going to be there. He didn't even use it, but the AoE from 1xN and the damage from Aki. They find the 2 kills. It's a 2-for-1 in favor of TT.
Really want that first dragon, or they really don't, and in this case, it's EDG that want to pressure that out. I think specifically with Aki having so much gold, it's nice to be able to get any objective on the map in the early game, but now the contest comes around the grubs. ThunderTalk first on the roam. They will at the very least get one. We'll see how much EDG want to contest, but Xiaohao's not even in the area.
Yeah, I mean, he's not even moving over. He finally is after finishing his wolves. It'll be 2 grubs for TT, and honestly, you take those. The third one will be given over to EDG as a little bit of pity prize. EDG will also be happy to deny the full grub stack from TT comparatively to that game number 1.
I think this is a very nice move for ThunderTalk. Once again, just being able to utilize that prio that you got to.
This is tough. there's a big item differential right now. There's multiple completed items on the side of TT. Can that make the difference? EDG did not reset, but they're going to move in for the fight. The handshake, the hostile takeover has not been used, but there it goes. On to the back line, but it's not enough. The trio is just locked down by EDG. Now SaTab trying to come clean house, but Hoya has to get out now as well. The flash going to be followed on by ZDZ, and now On is ripping them a new one. SaTab has nothing left to say in this one, and now Hoya and Feather will try to get out. The handshake hits, but Hoya will still die. EDG finally show up in the series big time.
Actually ults Xiaohao out of the pit at the start of that fight. It's a numbers advantage for ThunderTalk for a majority of that fight, and they just can't capitalize. So in the river, it's nice for them to be able to control the area. We'll see what EDG wants to do to be able to try and take it back, as Herald has started.
They're going to be a little bit late on the setup here, kind of giving ZDZ some time on the bot side. They're going to move in, though. ZDZ does have TP. See about 4,000 health on the Rift Herald. EDG might just want the fight afterwards. SaTab has stolen the depth charge. The Rift Herald goes down. Keeper's Verdict not going to be used. They still have them completely surrounded. They had no vision, no scanning, no radar, and EDG just duped them as now Shockwave comes through as well to 2, and it's going to be a double kill for Xiaohao. Hoya is going to fall as well, make it a double kill for ZDZ as well. The double-double for the old AL friends, and now the new EDG powerhouses.
ThunderTalk were so preoccupied with trying to get themselves the Rift Herald that they forgot that EDG still controlled the vision in the area. They're attempting to make their escape, but grouping up is not the plan against this roster for EDG.
Vice versa, a little bit of changing of the sides. TT, the last time we came to this Dragon fight, they were the ones with the item differential. Now EDG fully in front of them, as this soul point will just be freely given over to Edward Gaming.
Yeah, it's really tough to contest. Once that Keeper's Verdict is charged up and not utilized, it's really tough to imagine a world where anyone can actually get in on the side of ThunderTalk. So
domination from the enemy teams, and now we see a little bit of a look at on this 1xn's rotation, but now they're rotating onto EDG, but that might not be the rotation you want. The dredge line goes wide, Feather flashes away, depth charge going to be used onto Aki. Flash comes forward as they try to get some damage down. On is just pumping on Aki now, but the Crescent Guard was blocking a lot. Now Hoya comes in with a wall bang, finds the kill back. Perukia is down, and TT finds something.
Establishing priority here, because look at all of the combo tools available.
And they're just going to start it up. Okay, TT realized what's happening. ZDZ going to be the front line here. TP coming in from Hoya, but he's way behind everybody. EDG trying to move in and take this out of con, but now it's a little bit worrisome as Angel just chunks Feather, and TT very hesitant because they're on vision right now. They can't really move in. SaTab on the back line here. They can try to move in, but it's not going to be fast enough. Atacon just going down, smote away by Xiaohao. The fight after, though, Perukia tries to go for a depth charge on backline. Perukia is down. ZDZ is the front line now, and he is scary. Here comes 1xn. The Shockwave hits onto him. His bailout is not going to be nearly enough. Angel with the death-defying Shockwave to keep EDG in this fight. The resets start raining. The wings are singing, and Angel and ZDZ have combined a mecha force for EDG in game number 2. That he's the one that has to be pumping out damage in these fights and finding those angles. The front to back can work very well if he has the right gun set up, but now they've ceded too much pressure. Almost 10,000 gold up is EDG, returned to form after their slight faltering in game number 1. They will claim Infernal Soul of game 2. Get away. I don't like you very much. Unfortunately, can't do much else about it. And Angel just gets to keep doing what he was doing. As EDG, there's a play by TT to collapse on On. On's in a little bit of trouble. Hostile takeover coming in. They found him. They got the ticket. They got him down. 1xn now bursted by the rest of EDG, though, and ZDZ found him. ZDZ gets him. Now the resets on the World Ender, and he truly is ending the world of ThunderTalk, but maybe is he not enough? Angel finally comes over. Shockwave going to be coming down soon, but it's not going to be used just yet. TT are fighting this with tooth and nail, but a triple kill for ZDZ. He's going to try to hunt down SaTab, who has the World Ender here himself, using his own tools against him, but it's a quadra kill for ZDZ. What a master of the Aatrox.
Yeah, you can't complain too much. It was a nice dodge out there by SaTab, all things considered, but with the bot side being preoccupied by ThunderTalk, Baron has started here, and it's gone.
Yeah, I mean, it is fully gone. I mean, TT did get the lead under 10,000 with that as well, but unfortunately we'll go right back to that as we take a look at picture-in-picture. I actually don't think, yeah, he's dead because he didn't have the keeper's verdict this time. So second time's a charm. He did have it, but it was just not casted fast enough. Hoya went down a solo to Angel.
Yeah, I think you know things are going a little bit poorly when you as the Poppy are getting very easily solo killed by Orianna. That's how you know some things have maybe not gone your way, but Siege now coming down on the top side.
Trying to find some pickoffs of TT as they go to defend their base, but it's not going to be a big defense here as EDG barrel down the waves. The Baron buff still up for 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Mid and top inhibs are going to fall, and quickly the base is shattering around TT.
Does not look good for ThunderTalk. They're going to have one more chance to fight back here with the hostile takeover whiffing.
Depth charge is still going to be available for Perukia as well, so he can still find that engaged. Keeper's verdict goes wide. They get the double shockwave as well. Perukia goes down on, losing a fight, but finds the win with the blink and the flash play at EDG. They've made this one look easy. Where were they in game number 1? We might never know, but the game 1 Andes are out in force, and TT have faltered when it mattered most. They might have shown that EDG can bleed, but EDG are still the Titans of Group Nirvana.
There's so many ways to be able to engage and go in, but not really a lot of follow through. I think the big kind of takeaway for me from this draft is what is ZDZ going to be able to do on the top side? This Mbessa could really make or break. No idea. He's on a ward.
That's
tough. Be a pretty dangerous situation for him.
Oh, he knows now he's going to try to get out. And unfortunately, the flashes are going to start coming through from multiple members of EDG, and he will just burn down to Perukia. First blood to EDG. Just got that back off, so they don't really have the bodies to contest this. I do wonder if they want to anyways. As the path is laid by TT, Piercing Arrow is not going to find too much. Engage comes in from Perukia. Here comes the grand entrance, or at least the heroic entrance. And Aki is able to back away from that, and TT play that one very reserved, very nicely, pick up the aggro on the dragon, and TT will be the first one to get an objective in game 3.
I hate to say it, Lennon, but this is the exact problem we were already talking about in draft. There's no damage. They are starting it up. Aki looks like he's on it.
They are, and that AoE from the Nocturne going to be really nice. Perukia just gets chunked. The Decimating Smash did exactly that, and Perukia gets caught out by Feather and Hoya. He's not going to go down just yet. Now the Exhaust comes through. One more Decimating Smash, one more auto attack, one more shout. No, it is the axe that comes down to claim Perukia's life. And then EDG destroy them, dismantle them in game number 2. And now maybe a little bit of dismantling on the bot side as a setup for that point. Satab is going to get caught in some alcove gaming. Aki's going to pop the paranoia here. Satab's going to try to get out with his Spirit Rush. They've got Feather coming in. The AoE from Aki, who decides to pull the trigger, goes in, gets one. Now they have the rest of the team following up. It's the big crash down from Feather. Is the Magnet Storm going to be enough? The Solar Flare comes out, and here comes the heroic entrance as well. Trying to get out of dodge, getting over to the side of On, and Perukia gets left, but ZDZ comes in with the TP and the public execution to get the kill back.
Here, so we will see how that ends up breaking down, but Dragon started up by Xiaohao. ThunderTalk trying to maybe take the fight instead.
Okay, they might actually just move in here a little late. The traps are there, set by On. They get the Deadly Flourish combo, and they end up immediately taking out Feather. That's one of your big frontliners, but now trades back, firing across the board. Shots fired from TT and EDG, but in the end, TT come out the better of it. They move over to the Dragon, they start it up. They have the damage to keep it going. Oh, here comes Xiaohao. They get the final combo onto Satab, and that's a big chunk of TT's fight. Big Piercing Arrow coming out, and I gotta say, 1XN is doing what he does best for TT and keeping them in these fights. Dragon's still there for EDG as they go to contest it. It's a little bit of a 50-50. Xiaohao doesn't have much health.
Yeah, but he does have the smite, and that's the most important part. Teleport, though, coming in.
That's a full health Hoya coming in. That's a full health Scion, but the Dragon goes to Xiaohao nonetheless. Now TT trying to catch out ZDZ, but they have scattered like ants. Now Perukia comes back in. Heroic Entrance coming in as well. Double combo into Feather. Angel goes for the backline, trying to get these Hollow Radiance procs into the damage, or at least that damage into the backline for TT, and Hoya gets caught out by On. Now 1XN and Feather are on their escape, but EDG come in and claim 2 more kills off the back of that fight. Thing is, though, EDG have their big team fight ults. They have the heroic entrance available as well, and that just means the objective goes the way of EDG, propelling this lead to just under 1,000. We'll end up TPing down towards bot to delay giving that tower over to TT. 50-50 is what I love, and 50-50 is looking like what we're going to get. Xiaohao won the last one. He got the smite difference at 20 HP. It's Aki versus Xiaohao. Big spotlight for us today. Xiaohao uses the Rift Herald in the pit and gets pounced on by Satab. Xiaohao gonna use the Rift Herald to get into the engage now as well. They're gonna split the fight. They move down onto the south part, but ZDZ's already gone ham and gone down. Now Satab flashing over, getting onto the pullback, gets him. Satab going wild in this game, and TT, they just duped EDG. I don't know if they just had a brain transplant, but TT will take the dragon.
Throughout the rest of the game, especially with the Otacon up on the map. So we'll have to see where the pressure ends up going. Feather for now just trying to delay pressure, but
they just instantly go. They try to get 1xN, but now the paranoia is going to be popped. Perukia goes in after the fight happens. They have the curtain call in. Hoya's trying to come find the fight backline now. EDG, they're split. What is typically a decisive moment from EDG might have just turned around for them. ZDZ going to publicly execute his way out of that fight. But TT now getting jumped on. Your heroic entrance coming in too. They've lost some of their damage dealers. It's going to be a nice little setup though from TT to only lose one. And it will be the tankiest member of them all in Hoya.
Once again, a crazy fight going down. A setup that looks good, and then it looks bad, and then it looks good. And it just the pendulum keeps swinging back and forth. Group Nirvana is always a blast here, but ZDZ being the difference maker on the Mbessa, we highlighted him as someone who needed to step up. He has those 2 items completed, and he really is making the most of it right now as Otacon B is taken here by Edward Gaming. It doesn't look like this will be contestable. ThunderTalk looking to counterplay by taking...
They looked worried for a moment. They tried to dodge out of some of the skill shots there, but they do end up taking it in the end. They're going to TP ZDZ towards mid.
It's a really dangerous situation for TT. They have no clue that he's on this flank. If he gets onto the Varus, this fight could be over very quickly. See if they end up scouting it out.
They're just going to take down Perukia. Here comes... They got the backline. They got the access. The flank of the century. It paid off. They take down 1xN. TT now losing bodies, losing frontline. Aki forced to flash away. ZDZ getting low now, but he is kiting his way out to safety. Trying to get away with the moves. This man is disco dancing all over TT. And a beautiful play from On. Strikes the cord onto Satab. And TT have lost the fight.
It's a disaster. It's a gorgeous flank from Xiaohao, recognizing there's no flash on the Varus to be able to avoid anything in that play. Cleanse cannot save you inside the Cataclysm, and ThunderTalk paid the price. Of course, a great job by EDG to be able to stall out enough. Take down, and 4v5, if you can get the right engage angle, anything is still possible. This gold lead is only 500, and Satab himself still has a 1.5k gold lead over Angel in the mid lane, so certainly not unconquerable.
That's the craziest part, is that Satab still has a massive lead, but the execution has been the difference. Now Perukia is getting executed on by TT. Everything used. That's the paranoia. That's the unstoppable onslaught. They've done this before. Do they get him this time?
No.
Okay, they do. I thought we were about to get deja vu again. 1xN takes him down though. As they immediately started up. They have so much damage to kind of take it down. On doing a good chunk with that 4th shot. Aki looking to get in the 50-50. Xiaohao, a member, did get the better of him the last time. He's going to get it again. Xiaohao gets the 50-50. Now they look for the fight after, though. Cataclysm comes in on Aki. Chains of Corruption going to be used. Solar Flare hits the backline. Heroic Entrance is coming, but Aki's already down. Big Magnet Storm coming in as well from Feather. They do end up finding a good angle for TT on the north side of the fight. Xiaohao misses his flag and drag. Now On is in the middle of it all. Public execution on the backline. ZDZ, this is his moment. This is the time for him to show up. Hoya can no longer be the backline. He can no longer be the front line, and EDG have just found the entrance into TT's fight. And now 1xN and Feather are by themselves. They're going to try to take down ZDZ. One more piercing arrow might do it, but the shielding is there, and 1xN can't keep up with his support. ZDZ styling on him. Go ahead and give him the lawnmower, give him the earplug, give him any kind of disco move you want. ZDD in the chat, and he is carrying for a 2nd game in a row.
Baron for Edward Gaming, but even more than that, that is a gold lead that becomes very scary to look at. With Ocean Dragon, Soul Point going over to EDG, you are now looking at a team that is incredibly tanky.
So much team effort in this game 3. It is truly that epitome of EDG.
This is the encapsulation of what this team has looked like this year, and now with the Baron buff, they are going to push down the mid lane. They have ZDZ pushing the wave in top as well. Ultimates have been very nice. Even Perukia, who, you know, has had some questionable decisions, has had some really nice fights on the Leona as well. It's everyone on EDG stepping up and proving they deserve to be at the top.
And they might bleed with the game lost, but they are looking to try to close this one out. There goes the paranoia, but already down is Satab. And that was the one person on your team that has the lead. The heroic entrance, just to make matters hurt worse. Aki by himself on the back line of EDG, but it's a double kill coming through for On. And now this final push in this series. EDG trying to get this one under wraps. Still about 50 seconds for the Baron buff.
That is likely going to be the game, Sion.
Let's
try
go,
to draw
let's
as
go,
much attention.
Hoya.
We'll buy the ultimate, but we'll only buy a little bit of time for those death timers to come back up. Drops almost instantly, gets melted through, and that's your game, that's your series for EDG. They may have been tested, but they were certainly not felled here today.
They were not. The aggression from Perukia coming through the entire time, but the standout star of this series has to be ZDZ in the top lane.
Two junglers who want to fight and want to skirmish, and two mid laners who are more than willing and available to use their ults to get there, and I think whoever gets that tempo is really going to run the game.
He's found the angle. Nobody knows. WE
Oh,
could find an angle here. Vampire's going to step up. Monkey, he's not spotted. The monkey from the jungle. He's coming for BLG. He's found Elk. He's going to try to get locking down On with the whip. Becomes lightning. Doesn't have the charge, but guess who does? Taeyun flashes to victory. They get first blood for WE. The biggest thing now is to see if Monkey can get back up to parity with Shadow on the clear, because Shadow had been able to spend so much of his time clearing. Now he can make a move towards top. He's going to hold the wave. Might do it. He doesn't have the flash. They get the CC chain. Bin doesn't have health. Shadow, he's just going to go down the trade 1-for-1, but it's the execute. Shadow didn't get hit by Cube.
That's exactly why you delay that lane swap as much as possible, so you can't have that dragon priority. The moment Shadow shows mid lane, it is free to take. And so we do see, you know, a good play from WE to be able to corral around the objective. Bin just going to try to get some vision around it, but generally a win. Kars being able to avoid the gank and an objective going their way. Yeah, they're going to be started here. They should have first track, but Talia's not here yet. They just go
straight in. There's the Weaver's wall. Talia's here now, but they've blocked themselves off. Kars needs to watch out. He gets CC stunned now as well. On getting a little bit low. Shadow goes down to a rogue rocket from Taeyun, and that heroic entrance buys a little bit of space for BLG to back away.
That Pantheon got absolutely melted in that fight. The moment he jumped in, he was eating the brunt of all of the damage from WE. It's a really nice fight to take out the Smite in particular, but Monkey going to be able to pick up these 3 grubs. It's yet again a small victory for WE, one that's not overly consequential, but certainly a good one to get. We will see how much they can push the advantage in side lanes with things like Talia and Rumble now. Dragon should be in control of WE.
All right, they start this stacking up. Could get this second dragon. BLG going to push mid and move over. Knight's coming over as well. Ultimate's available on both sides. The Weaver's wall not going to be there as well. See if they want to move in now too. Cube is nowhere close to joining this fight. Been definitely closer as BLG started up and pull the ire of the dragon down to the south side of the pit. Here comes the engage. Shadow locked down, locked up to On goes in with the heroic entrance as well. This is the combo that BLG can pull off. They make mincemeat out of WE, and it comes from the team fight special of Bilibili Gaming.
It's a beautiful setup from BLG. They buy just exactly enough time for their top laner to walk to the situation. You correctly pointed out, Cube not able to make that play
against BLG in some of these team fighting moments, but see now with the Rift Herald up, and unfortunately Monkey gets caught. No! He gets locked down even through the Crescent Guard. Shadow takes his life, and now to the objective BLG goes.
Big win for BLG to really push their lead forward.
And how deadly is that space tonight? I know you talked about the plays from Monkey, but man, that little spot between the Raptors and the river has been so deadly today. They slow things down here at all.
Yeah, we'll see what the plan ends up being for BLG because they do have that Infernal Dragon. They should actually have quite a bit of combat power. Slowing down.
It might be a Pee-wee Starfall, but it might still find the kill. Shadow dies in the end. This time he will not be executed, and he will give the kill to Kars.
Still, at the very least, a 1-for-1 play that gets a little bit more gold on some priority targets.
Yeah, at least. Hey, that's what they brought him in for. And on top of all that, 17 minutes in, they're going to get the top turret as well.
Yeah, they are going to stop the turret being taken
what
mid
do you
lane,
do
but Ben
about
is
Ben?
still just pushing.
I mean, that's perfectly fine for BLG. On. Doesn't make it out of the seismic shove, and now just gets double CC chained and dies to Taeyun. The Gatling gun at his back. WE do end up finding one, but they lose a tier 2 turret in the top lane.
Certainly not ideal to lose the tier 2, but if you are going to lose it, a kill plus dragon here is at least something worth taking, and if you are going to be able to push mid, perhaps it's more.
A little bit of a weird Weaver's wall, but just able to use some of that pressure to try to get mid. They don't get it. A little bit of hesitancy around that Atacon, but no hesitancy from Ben. He has just got his deconstruction hat on and maybe going a little ham with it. Does it of getting the turret with the minions' help.
It's just...
And it's also, I mean, like you said a little bit ago, but like the team fight pressure from Ben is actually going to be really terrifying now, and it forces you to play a different way because you can't just stand in front of Taeyun, and they're trying to do that now, but Cube's coming over a little bit late. Heroic entrance comes through. On has already fallen, but here comes Ben, the big hammer. But now they've split the focus of BLG. Knight's forced to flash away, and WE feeling good. Cube's at the front leading with the flame spitter. Taeyun's rocketing in the back line, and Weaver's wall comes across. Knight, and that's a big seismic shove from Karis. He gets 2 of them. The Blade Caller is going to get one back. Elk gonna flash away after he gets the kill on the Vampire. WE find the fight. Karis makes the difference in the Atacon.
That was absolutely ginormous for WE. It felt like that setup could never really work for them. They were on the back foot for the last 5 to 7 minutes, and not only is it Otacon, it's Dragon here as well, and that's sole point for WE. This game just got a lot more interesting with that fight. I do hope we get a replay because On ends up getting taken down immediately at the beginning of that fight. So much on the map and really reestablishing themselves.
Oh my god, we're going right back into it though. Monkey taking the forced fight into BLG. Found Elk with the 3 Talon strike, and they find him with Cube in the back. Here comes Ben now though. He's getting locked down by Vampire. He can't do anything. He's in the worked ground. He can't move. He flashes over and still dies to a triple kill for Cube.
It's huge for WE. The CC layering from their comp is massive. It does not allow the Mbessa to play. If Elk gets caught at the beginning of these fights, it is over. That is Baron for WE, and a gold lead that looked close to insurmountable for BLG at the beginning of this game is completely neutralized.
And they knew he didn't have Featherstorm because he had just used it, and he was the last one in the fight of that last one. So WE taking full advantage of the momentum they've gained themselves. And speaking of, they take the advantage of the game.
Of this game.
And we talked about, Knight and Ben, they're finally showing up. Ben had a massive advantage going into these fights. He has had 2 fights in a row that he has not been able to do anything. And now WE are doing lasting damage to the mid lane.
What a play from WE. They played so well in the last 5 minutes. We'll see if they can make their escape here because it still can get a bit dicey. But now the goal with Baron and a 3k Baron power play, at least for now, is to see what they can set up around this dragon. 2 minutes on it, and that will be Soul. Ocean Soul for WE.
Oh, they got Taeyun. They knew.
Don't want to wait for it.
They had vision on him. They got the cleanse out of him as well. Heroic entrance coming in. They can't get Taeyun, and now they've overextended. Ben now finally coming over, but Cube's got a flank.
Cube.
Look at Cube. WE getting low. Double kill goes to Shadow. Now they get the all-in with that public execution onto Cube from Ben. Shadow still kicking on the side. BLG losing some members. Ben getting low, but the taunt from Knight. The golden left hand grips the game and rips it from WE.
Oh no, I was just praising them. I should have never done so. The caster curse comes in strong, but WE get caught out just too far forward, pushing with Baron. It's a great capitalization from BLG. Shadow plays the beginning part of that fight so well, but you're right, it's the taunt from Knight that seals the fate of everyone involved.
They're a little bit split right now.
Yeah.
They only have 3 members here. Grand Star, they just pull the play. They say it's time now.
Karis.
We go on the back line. We find the heroic entrance. We find everything, but Karis is out. Now Featherstorm with the Blade Caller, not going to be used just yet. Elk misses it. He can't hit Monkey, and Monkey's chasing him down, but BLG, the back line has gone to success.
No way,
Although Monkey is picking them apart now, Knight and Ben are combining. The legends of old for BLG have risen from the depths in this game, and BLG take the fight. The flash play, it might be taken out of the game, but you can still find a way. Knight gets the play. BLG find the win of the fight, and now they're going to look for a tier 2 in bot.
That's the difference between WE and BLG, is BLG see an angle 3v5 to use the Grand Starfall and the heroic entrance from Galio to make something happen. They're able to secure the dragon, they're able to win the fight, and they take full control of this game off of a really proactive play.
Knight's overextended. They can pull, though. They can move over. Knight can tank for a while. He's going to get tanked up now. He's going to use the heroic. Try to surround them. Big play from On, but he instantly gets shut down. Another one comes through, and Knight has finally joined the fight. They need to wipe these Baron buffs off of WE, and they want to do it. Shadow walks in. No vision from WE. Didn't see anything. Now Ben trying to find his angle, but the seismic shove. Taeyun gets caught. Double taunt comes through, though, and Knight is running rampant on the back line. This big Galio finally gets taken down, and the trio of WE are alive.
You can look at where he has made a huge difference on this Talia. It's the reason this champ very rarely gets through pick ban, and I think we are seeing it in this game, but you gotta give credit to everybody. Monkey has been so aggressive. I think Taeyun's team fighting has been really solid, and it's been pumping out damage. Cube as well, very aggressive. It's
BLG now surrounding, now looking for an angle. This dragon right around the corner. Ben goes in. He finds Taeyun. Triple knockup from On into the heroic entrance at BLG. They've executed the team fight. Monkey tries to get out with the flash. He does end up making it away. But all of a sudden, you're missing Taeyun. You're missing Vampire. And Karis has to go to mid lane to try to get this turret. It's a little bit glitchy, but he's fine. He's out of there. Dragon goes to BLG, though, and they'll put it up to an even soul point for both teams.
It's just an overly ambitious engage from WE. They have to understand that the dragon is the priority here. So it's really on a knife's edge. BLG control the cards, but they play them too fast. They could really, really be in danger with how much WE still have.
Heroic entrance coming in. It's not even there. I mean, the Grand Starfall, rather, as well. The heroic entrance going to be tried to be popped in here, but now they actually just get the fight coming through, and Knight's already down without even using his ult. Ben has joined, though, and now they find the backline. Double kill for Elk as he is ripping through them with the feathers. Ben might lose his GA life, and now they have to protect him. This is important, though. WE can find a combo. The seismic shove, the damage is there. He finds the kill back. They get the 1-for-1 in that little trade, and BLG want to keep sieging.
This is very, very dangerous for WE. They could lose the game on the spot if they make one major mistake here. They're not going to risk it. They're going to give over the inhibitor. A fight that looked like it could be very, very shaky ends up falling towards BLG once again because Taeyun is just too far forward in terms of the exchange. He Valkyries forward in order to secure the kill early on in the fight. Assistance, so...
Oh, we go back into live, and yet another fight is kicked off for BLG. They pick off Vampire, and now they can actually just turn back to the Baron. I mean, you're on full items now for Elk. They just completely tear this down.
Yeah, I mean, it's everything falling apart for WE. It's BLG finding, play after play after play.
Oh, he second-guessed himself.
Yeah. That's the unfortunate play that you just can't really be making. It's on cooldown.
The problem is he just has so many things he has to walk away from or dodge or get away from. And Shadow, he doesn't have the flash now, but that was the bane of Taeyun's existence last time. The flash CC from Shadow. Now this time they're going to try to get down this inhib and top side, get this multi-lane push. Knight can always join. WE very worried at what is happening around them right now. BLG willing to fight this even though they have the Baron because it's soul for either side. It's not even going to be a 50-50. They find the backline access. They find the two-man knockup with On with the charm. Taeyun flashing away, but he dies anyways. WE, they've been picked apart. BLG walking them down just like a dog on Sunday afternoon. WE won't have anything left. They're going to get TP'd on in the mid lane, and BLG look to hold strong in this series.
It's a great engage from BLG. It's Bin pulling the trigger on the top side on this Ambessa. What a game from Bin overall. He is the difference maker. It's a great follow through by On. At times it looked like he might have gotten stuck over the wall, but it does not matter. BLG striking first.
Striking first at a series that we do expect to go the distance. WE won Game 2 last night, and while it's a slow and steady burn, this is the BLG that looks so scary, that can take anyone at any moment, and this is a team that has found their stride with Shadow in the jungle.
This is crazy. I think these drafts are super fun. This jungle matchup is going to be taking all of the spotlight throughout this entire game, and I, for one, cannot wait to see which one ends up winning.
Oh, Monkey knows. Monkey knows he wanted to come over, and it instantly gets chunked. Though you do gain attack speed when you get lower. Monkey wants to take the fight, missing the shuriken there. Gonna go ahead and pop the ghost here. He's just gonna fight it out. Does have the shielding. Shadow can't fight. The flash comes through the undertow, and Monkey! The solo bolo for WE's jungler, and now Bin dies too.
Looks like Monkey will give his life for this, with Bin's corpse being able to take him down. But what a play for Monkey as we get a fight bot.
And On forced to flash first for the objectives here as well.
Yeah, this is a huge start for WE. A great beginning of the game for them. Basically an instant dragon take. That's what you can get with an Olaf, especially once he's enabled with that phage and has that extra kill and assist. But I think one thing we didn't really note in terms of how that ended up breaking down.
Sit with you and tell you what they think you should do in those moments or what they would do in those moments. And you can kind of take that experience into your next games. Go check out prodiff.gg, scan that QR code in the bottom left as WE make a play on the Bin in topside. The Maiden has been called, the Unstoppable Onslaught has also been used, and Bin will be slowed down in the muck of WE as they take another kill.
What exactly he wants to plan, but man, this Olaf is paying off.
Man, who needs items to start the game? I mean, that's what I'm learning today. Ooh, the handshake from Vampire gets a beautiful stun on. He's out of there, but now they get the kill back to bail out. Timed out. Elk beautifully timed that, and Vampire's going to go down too. A double kill for Elk, but here comes Monkey. Shadow's right behind him. Monkey might be 2 kills up, but he cannot handle a 1v3. He'll back away. Available on anyone on the side of WE. They're going to start up the grubs.
I think it's an understandable play to go for if you're BLG. It's very difficult to posture around this objective here with how much combat power Monkey has at level 6 with this Olaf. I think going for a potential pick before the fight.
Dude.
It just expired literally instantaneously. We're back.
Elk is literally on a time marker. Now On trying to get away with the Unbreakable Will, and the Monkey runs out of gas. He runs out of juice, and he is squeezed by the 3-kill Elk.
This is a very, very dangerous game to play.
Biggest benefactor of BLG for their wins. I mean, a lot of the time it falls on his shoulders. And while they're not focusing on him now, they are focusing on Karis. They're going to take some alcove gameplay here, but with this vision, Knight should be able to poke him down. Actually goes for the push on the wave instead. Has the lethal tempo stacked up, and he gets taken down. Knight from a distance.
I just had to make sure he had enough damage to combo him down after the second knockup. But
stepping up immensely first that Xayah game, and realizing that 12-1 is a pretty damn good scoreline for the Lovers duo for BLG. But he now in this game number 2.
You're absolutely right. That Blade of the Ruin King completed lethal tempo as well for Taeun. So
Karis, no.
Oh
Karis,
no,
what have you done? Shockwave coming in, but it has all been bursted and it has all been used. Nice flash coming out. Is the mark of death going to be enough? The burn not? It is! On gets the fadeaway kill, but the kill comes back. Monkey gets one, but that is it. And Knight carves him up right back. Now Taeun trying to get away now. Elk has popped on the hunt. Oh, Chains of Corruption goes barely wide.
This is such a tough spot for an Orianna. There's really no way to survive there. You just have to try and set up your jungler as much as possible, but Shadow just barely living the damage from Olaf as Knight ends up taking down this bot lane tier 1 turret.
Yeah,
and
literally.
Teamless, in terms of how things are going. No one's surrounding
Monkey
him.
wants it. Instantly pops the Ragnarok. Chains of Corruption gonna go a little bit wide. Elk beautifully navigating this fight, but Shadow will become one with the Death Realm as Knight has TP'd in. It's a 4v5 in favor of WE.
Yeah, this is a really good setup for WE. The fight is not yet over, but no smite here, or BLG would make this very risky.
Yeah, they are just going to go in with it. I mean, the Rift Herald goes their way, at least for WE. Now a flank from On, kicking Monkey in, but the Shockwave comes across onto the back line, and now Elk getting ran down by Taeyun with that On hit Varus. Knight goes in, he's in 1v5, gets 1 kill back. The flash return, though, as WE cleans up. They get the Rift Herald and the fight.
Up trying to fight. On looks for the flank, but he doesn't knock, I don't know, Varus or an Orianna into the team. He knocks an Olaf right into the middle of his entire team, who ends up just running through everybody. And WE with a really nice team fight win to get them right back into this game. From the Yorick, which could be punishable, but it's a really good play from WE. And once again, just like in game 1, nobody is holding on to these leads.
Yeah, not at all. And I got to give a special shout out to Karis there. The Shockwave, as that counter engage came in from On, kind of distracting the other side of the fight against BLG, really came up huge there. As now we say that Rift Herald play pulled on the bot side. They were able to get that outer turret, and now the gold has fully stabilized for both sides.
Now, we've talked a bit on the pre-show in game number 1 about how there can be times.
Oh, the hostile takeover is being used. Vampire, in a abundance of caution, tries to use that to get himself out, can't get away, and BLG find a pick to get that outer turret in the mid lane. BLG start up the Atacon.
Yeah, this is so risky. Teleports are available for both members that are not at this fight, but Cube is going to be happy to split push. This is good for WE. It creates more time for this Yorick. It looks like they're going to back off to answer Knight moving topside.
So that is his immediate go button. Not able to find it where he wants to. Here comes the unstoppable onslaught. Shadow trying to go in early. The exhaust comes down. The Shockwave. Shadow can't do anything. That's exactly what WE wanted.
This Zed is just not making an impact on the game. It's so difficult for him to go in. They needed to wait a little bit longer, and all of this is happening with Cube split pushing on the top side. This is exactly what WE want, as they now start up the Otacon. You're forced to react to the Yorick.
This is actually insane. All right, they do end up stopping Cube from backing there. They'll be able to take him down slowly but surely, but they just gave up Soul Point over to WE, and it still takes a village to take down Cube.
Need to be more decisive. It's been great defensive play by WE, but at some point BLG's play has to work.
Okay, they're going to try to collapse on a Cube. Last time they did this, Knight was forced to burn his flash, and they still took all 4 of them. Oh, disgusting! But he does get out with that blast code, and now Knight dies to the Maiden under all of that. Knight is gone now. That 3-item spike, non-existent for BLG. WE feeling so strong in some of their decisions here, but now they force the Baron fight. Taeyun was really strong, but BLG, they overextend now. On headbutts the Maiden and just gives his life away as BLG watches. Now they just have no contest here for this Baron start.
Yeah, this is a really, really bad situation for BLG.
This is desperate.
Poked out.
Like what? They just walk up to an Olaf. Now they try to go back in on the Olaf, and Shadow instantly has to use his shadows out. Bin goes in with a double knock-up and just dies at the end. And WE, they're bringing back some of the magic from yesterday. It's going to be the speed up in here as well. WE has a flank. They're finally bringing all 5 players around as the Dragon has spawned. You got to remember, this is Soul for WE on an Infernal Soul.
This would be huge. It looks like Knight needs to stay out
Undertow
of danger.
hits, he goes in. Ragnarok pop. Knight getting out, trying to get away. Can't get away from the Ragnaroking Olaf. He's just running rampant. Monkey! He's going insano! That's 3 kills down. WE find another one.
It's just unstoppable. The Olaf is simply too strong. 4,000 damage in that fight from the Olaf as he just runs at the 5-kill Azir, taking no damage and burning through his health bar. No ultimate can save you now, Knight, and that's going to be Infernal Soul for WE. You mentioned just how strong that is, but it's not just Infernal Soul. WE want Baron alongside their fight win.
Just get us to 3, man. Just go ahead and get us queued up for the 3rd game. Get us to 8 a.m. Pacific. That's what I'm here for. As WE, again, for a 2nd night in a row, find a domineering Game 2 advantage. And now, almost 5,000 gold lead, a little bit more than that here, as they continue to destroy the BLG base.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I like the Zed pick and draft. I have not liked it in execution. I can definitely say that.
Okay, maybe this is it. Maybe they find it. Karis getting low, but now Monkey is just running on the backline. He's under turrets. He's under everything, and he's still getting killed. He's still alive. Nobody can stop him. Bailout comes through, and he still runs through them. A triple kill for Monkey, and that's WE evening up the series.
Absolutely disgusting. Nothing can stop Monkey from running through the hearts of BLG as they push us to a game number 3.
We knew it was destiny. We knew it was coming. We knew game 3 was our fate, and it will be a full 6-game day in the LPL.
Giving them all extra stats and ornaments. I think for BLG, this could be a really scary game if you're not able to get that power spike off early. I think you're looking at lane matchups that kind of have to go in your favor.
Between the jungle matchup in this one, because game 1, game 2, it was all about what they can do to kind of get in each other's face. Monkey went with that invade early in game number 1. Shadow went with the invade in game number 2. Now we get a little bit of a play on bot side. Speaking of Shadow's influence, he is trying to facilitate for his carries. And now they're going to find Elk first blood for BLG, and even On doesn't go down. Not on Monkey. I mean, he will just always be useful. You get one reset in fights, and fights become a completely different conversation for WE. As Cube trying to get back up towards top side, but he just overextended and now gets the flash out of On with the rocket jump coming in, and the explosive charge going to go through. Cube's going to die again. Elk gets his 2nd kill of the game, and Vampire, Karis just have to watch.
This is a nightmare for Cube. He is completely taken out of this game. I think the only encouraging trait is that this is an Ornn. If there's ever a champion that's okay going a ton down in CS, it is going to be Ornn, but Vampire in trouble now.
Oh no, he's only level 4 as well. Gonna get the knockback with the double shattering strikes, but the explosive charge connects. On tanks up again, and this is clinical from BLG. Now that lanes have kind of broken open, and On in between the lanes is the most dangerous position for WE.
Yeah, Vampire getting stunned up once again. He's taking quite a bit of damage. They're here.
Shadow missed his Arctic Assault, but he has the Glacial Prison. He's already level 6. Doesn't find the damage on the Vampire, but Taeyun's going to have to back away too, because Shadow's doing the classic play of follow through on the engage.
Oh,
your mount versus my mount. Poro wins.
Danger here. It's crashing.
Oh, Taeyun. Oh, Taeyun. Oh. It is devastation right now for WE, and they're not even going to get anything back from it. Shadow beautifully flashes away from the Heartbreaker of Monkey.
To contest anything around here. I think specifically Elk being up 1.5k gold by himself is just such an unsustainable thing for WE to fight into that if he's at any contest throughout the rest of the early game, they probably just have to sack in terms of the objectives. So we'll see how they want to play it out. But
Dragon score between the two. Meanwhile, On making a mad dash down towards bot side, trying to catch out the bot lane of WE.
Yes, WE has some paranoia now down on the bottom side of the map. They're not willing to walk up again. I think they're even worried under their tower. It'll be massive as we see BLG maybe looking for another dive.
They have full vision of this coming down, but this could be the 3rd executed dive by BLG. Realm Warp's going to come in, but On has already claimed the kill on the Vampire. Turret plate also goes down, split between the 4. WE a little bit late to the play call.
Yeah, I mean, even if you spot that out early, super tough to be able to punish it in any way with just how reliable the dive is because of Nico and because of Sejuani as a duo. They're not done.
Oh, no, the flash play! We've heard so many people talk about taking that out of the game, and that might just be a definition of it. They don't get any kills from it, but they're going to get the turret. At least the explosion from the explosive charge on the turret helps take down Taeyun. Okay, Vampire is now here. This turret is warmed up, and it is executing people on the side of BLG. Monkey getting resets left and right, getting to get another one right in the center. It's going to be a couple quick kills back to WE.
Still a Viego, so definitely have to pay attention to that.
That's the constant, is it's always a Viego. They're going to find another dive, another kill onto Cube, and that'll be all 3 of Elk's kills are now Cube.
You know, Cube not having the best of times on the top side here. Certainly not enjoying the game I think that's being played, but a game no Roa completed for Rise. This is tragic. As Taeyun.
Oh no, he gets everything used on him by Knight and On. They combine to take down the carry of WE.
There's just no way to play the game if you don't have cleanse for this Kaisa. There's so much CC on the other side of this matchup for BLG that anytime he's targeted, there's really no way to survive. There's no tower, there's no part of the map that's going to be able to defend you all that much. You just have to hope your team can capitalize. For now, he falls in the mid lane, they lose tower, and Rift Herald will be next on the priority list.
I mean, Elk is scooping up so much gold, 2.5 thousand gold up almost over his counterpart in Taeyun. This Tristana final pick on the blue side really paying dividends. Ben gonna get 1v2 down here. Monkey should have the damage. The knockup isn't there, but the Heartbreaker is.
Dividends in terms of the damage coming through, and might need it in this game. Vampire here, though, to potentially try and dive on, but he's playing so aggro. He's alone here.
On just completely threw his life away.
That is truly one of the plays of all time that I have seen as this bot tier 1 will fall.
And just like that, more chunks of the gold lead falling out of BLG's pockets.
Certainly going to at least punish this with a bit of a Herald charge, as it actually doesn't go off into the tier 1. That's huge to get this into the tier 2.
Come on, be like Shadow. Get a mount. There you go. Okay, Shadow will just take it himself. TP's going to come in. There will be Cube joining the fight, but he is not very strong. Can they defend it? The explosive charge is going to proc. They're going to get the reset now with the rocket jump.
Because you have Cassiopeia and Tristana on the team, and so it's very difficult to actually stop every place of the map. And Kars is at least going to be able to get that tier 1 on the top side, but it's essentially everything on the bot side. It's the whole bot lane taken, as well as Dragon, as well as pressure on mid tier 2. You know, it's a consolation prize at best for WE.
Okay, he realizes as soon as he puts the ward in, he's like, I gotta run away. Now Cube getting caught between BLG. He tries to flash, he tries to dash, he tries to get away, but the Tangle Barb's gonna connect. Taeyun is here, but Cube will fall for a 4-time, and Elk gets it too! My God, Elk, stop it.
No objective to take just yet, but Otacon spawning in 1 minute. That's the setup around the bot side of the map here, as WE could look.
Okay, they get the lockdown on to the side of Vampire, and he can't even move. He didn't even get a chance to without that front line. Yeah, they might be. As Realmworks coming in just to get some vision. See Atacon already started up. They're just going to try to pull the trigger on the Vampire. They know that they can burn him down. And will be the Glacial Prison used. Atacon about half health now. Can we see a steal? Monkey wants to get in the pit. Ben able to buy a little bit of time here, but the Atacon's already gone. Now Ben still alive. Gets the triple knockup on with the Pop Blossom. They try to get Knight out of there with the flash. Now Elk is looking for resets.
Elk.
Going on to Taeyun. Getting the rocket jump, but he's all by himself. He's in trouble, and the resets had come through from Monkey. That's all you needed was one reset from Monkey, and it finds the fight again. Okay giving this one over, but that will give them a 5-minute timer till they need to fight that next one.
Gives him at least a little bit of breathing room. Cube will have some time to get some extra items on him, some extra levels on him, which will really matter.
With that almost 10-stack Rod of Ages for Karis, the rise, the scaling, and this team composition for WE, it's getting closer and closer coming online, especially if Knight gets caught! Caught with his hand all in the trap. WE turn it now onto Baron.
That is a huge pick. Baron has started here for WE.
I mean, they just burn it. I mean, with Monkey being the snake, Shadow steps up over here, but now this Ornhorn has been called. Shadow trying to make an escape, but he completely leaves his carry in the dust. He left Elk out on an island. And BLG have fallen completely apart here. Baron going to be going to WE.
Oh no, we might be in for one of the biggest comebacks that we have seen in the LPL this year. Don't call it a comeback until it's there, but Monkey...
You love to see the R5 pay out. It's his most played by a country mile. And now, in a pivotal game to try to upset BLG, try to take them down for the first time in the split, his top laner is getting caught by BLG. And now they will be on the back foot in this fight. Vampire was on a flank, and now he needs to be very careful on how he exits.
This is a very precarious situation. Vampire and Monkey both extended. Dragon has spawned. We will see if they have the opportunity to get in for a steal.
All right, Monkey, this is it. Are you going to be able to get in there? The Dragon's already going down. Monkey can't even get in. And the soul of the Ocean Soul will go the way of BLG. Meanwhile, mid lane, WE trying to get something back. Realm Warp going to be stopped
Realm
in
Warp
its tracks. Bin goes into the fight. It's a little bit low. Shadow now circling over here, trying to find his own angle. On going for a deep one here. He is walking the long walk. As now the engage for Shadow. On finds the angle. On finds the setup. They're going to have to fight this one. TP is coming in from Cube. They want this. Monkey needs resets, but they end up finding this. Sonya's at least coming out from Karis. He does go down in the end. Knight finds the one pick. WE now trying to fight them way out. They need Monkey to get a reset. That is their saving grace in a 4v5. Elk steps forward. Can't get the reset on the explosive charge. Cube does make it out of there alive. BLG just searching for any targets. They're desperate. They need to kill somebody. They aren't able to find anybody but Karis. Maybe trying to chase down Vampire. The fact that this is still going and Vampire ends up getting ran down after his entire team leaves him. It's a little bit of a situation diff for BLG. Tempo plays the decision, the experience really coming alive right now. They know how strong Elk is. They know they can burst down these turrets. They're looking at an inhib here.
Yeah, Monkey has to back. He's just starting the recall now. This is not just tower. This should be more than that. They should have full tempo to be able to go and get vision around.
And Monkey will go to side lane.
Once that Ornhorn is burned, and especially once it's not utilized in terms of the second proc, that fight is over. That's your engage tool in terms of being able to get a long-range push in. Even make it there at this point.
TP going in way deep from Vampire with the spell book as he comes through. This inhib turret's going to be worse for wear now as Karis has completed the Zanyas after popping that Seekers last time. Elk goes forward. Again, he's playing like a madman with this GA. He knows that he can get so much damage down, but Vampire found the flank. Vampire found the moment. Is he going to find it? He can't find the Shattering Strike. He's in trouble. They go moving on to Knight. Knight gets the reset over to Monkey. Now Monkey trying to move over into the fight itself. It is going to be the 1-for-1. Knight for Vampire. You take that trade all day for WE, but they overextend. Monkey, no! At the last moment, he oversteps his bounds. He escapes from his holds, and now Taeyun trying to find the play back, trying to get this big team fight, but Ben has shown up. He's locking everybody down. He's the big croc on campus, and the Ornhorn is not going to be nearly enough resets for Elk, as he is the one that will finally book his ticket to Reset City. BLG will remain undefeated, 7-0 to start their finish their round robin, and WE will not make good on what happened merely 24 hours ago.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.